Your eyes aren't even open yet. Your hand is already moving. Before your conscious mind has formed a single thought, your fingers have found the cold glass on the nightstand and pulled it toward your face. You think you reached for your phone, but the real answer is far stranger. You reached for something far older than the phone. Something your ancestors spent 2 million years carving into your brain. To see it, forget what you've been told about dopamine. You've heard it called the pleasure chemical. That is almost entirely wrong. In the 1990s, the neuroscientist Wolfram Schultz measured dopamine in monkeys. A light flashed, then a drop of juice arrived. At first, the dopamine fired when the juice came, but once the monkeys learned the light predicted the juice, the dopamine stopped firing at the juice. It fired at the light, at the prediction, at the promise. The anticipation was the point, not the reward. Sit with that. Your brain's reward chemical is not about reward at all. It is about the chase. It is the chemistry of almost. So what happens when the catch is never guaranteed? The psychologist B.F. Skinner answered that. He put animals in boxes where a peck dropped food. When food came every time, they pecked calmly. But when the reward came at random, with no way to know which peck would pay off, they pecked compulsively, long after they were full, even when nothing came at all. He called it the variable ratio schedule. Uncertain rewards on no fixed pattern. It is the most powerful way ever found to make a behavior impossible to stop. You own a machine that runs on exactly this. Every time you pull down to refresh, you pull a lever. Sometimes a message, sometimes nothing. You can never predict which, and that is not a flaw in the design. It is the design. Pull to refresh is a slot machine handle, and your feed is the reel. But why does your hand move before you are even awake? For that, go deeper to one of the oldest systems in the brain. The neuroscientist Jaak Panksepp spent his life mapping the brain's raw emotional circuits, and the most fundamental one he named seeking. Seeking is the urge to go out and look, to search, to find what is there. It is not hunger, and it is not fear. It is the restless drive to know what's over the ridge. And it does not wait for you to switch it on. For nearly all of human history, your ancestors were foragers. They walked into an uncertain landscape every day and searched for berries that might be ripe or might be gone, for game over the next ridge or nowhere at all. The one who scanned the tree line once more saw the predator first. The one who checked the far valley found the herd. Information was the difference between eating and starving. So evolution made the search itself feel good. It wired seeking to fire with that same spark of almost, so you would want to look again and again for your whole life, without ever being told to. You are the descendant of the ones who could not stop looking. Here is the twist. Your phone gives your brain almost nothing it actually needs. It does not feed you. It does not warn you. And yet it captures your seeking system better than the open savanna ever did. Why? Because it does not have to deliver. It only has to promise. As the neuroscientist Robert Sapolsky notes, when a reward is certain, dopamine is modest. But when it is only a maybe, the response can roughly double. The maybe is stronger than the yes. Your phone manufactures maybe. There might be a message. There might be nothing. And your 2-million-year-old seeking system cannot tell a horizon that might hold a herd from a screen that might hold a notification. It treats them as the same hunt. That is why checking an empty inbox still feels rewarding. You are not chasing the contents. You are chasing the act of looking. The checking is the reward. So come back to the morning. Sleep lowers the wall between impulse and action. The thinking part of you, the part that might say not yet, boots up slowly. But the seeking system does not sleep in. It is ancient and fast, and it wakes first. So in the blurred seconds before you are fully a person again, the oldest part of your brain is already asking its one question. What is out there? What did I miss while I was gone? Your hand answers before you can. It reaches for the nearest source of maybe, the glass that learned to imitate the horizon, and it begins to search. You were never reaching for the phone. You were reaching to forage. Tomorrow morning, your eyes won't be open yet. Your hand will already be moving, but now you know what it is reaching for. Not the phone. A hunt that began 2 million years ago and was never meant to end. And for the first time, you get to decide whether to answer it.